Okay, tubers. So 98 neon brake line change. So yeah, I've got everything loosened up. This is the one nut, or the one bolt that you have to have. This is a banjo bolt, so it's got a seal between here and there. The line comes up, loops over, and then hooks back here into this block, which is part of the line, and then this is the actual line going to the chassis. So these hard metal lines like that, you have to be careful with them. If you don't feel comfortable trying to do this, you know, I don't recommend it. I've done this one a couple times, so I know that it's okay. But sometimes it will actually, the line will actually fuse to the little nut here. Okay, so you're fitting. So it actually fuses inside in here, and then when you go to remove this nut to try to take it off of there, this thing will just twist the line right off. So then you're goofed having to try to replace the whole line, and it goes up inside of the engine bay over to the passenger side. Or not passenger side, driver side, because this is the passenger side line. So yeah, so when you take this off of there, you could always take in, put some kind of lubricant in there, PB blaster, you know, something like that, a rust preventative thing, something whatever, and put in here to try to help unseize that if it does become seized. When you put this on, when you go to loosen this up there, make sure that your whatever you're using to loosen this up with is a exact fit. Okay, you should use a line wrench on this. I don't have one, so this is an 11mm and it fits on there exactly. You want to make sure it's fully seated on there, so that way it doesn't strip it out, because if you strip it, then it's a pain. You know, it's just all kinds of stuff together, and this will leak fluid. Okay, so if you look right there, she's already leaked a little bit because I've got it loose. So yeah, I got a drain pan underneath here. So the process will be take this one off, and then take that one off, and then replace it with a new line. And I'll show you the new line once I get that far. Okay, tubers, so I got the line already partially put back on here. She just loops up and around and across, and she's just sitting over here, and I got her kind of bench bleeding for the moment, getting some of the fluid out of here, and some of the air. So yeah, I'm at this part now where you have to reuse the original bolt that come with your caliper. So let me get that. Okay, so this is the original bolt that goes for your caliper. Okay, and it has a hole in there. You guys see that? And there's a hole all the way through and then up to here. So a good method of process here is to take and blow this out to make sure there's no gunk in there. And then there should be a copper O-ring that will go right here, or not O-ring, but a crush washer, which is, it's down in there. So you're going to have one usually stuck on here, and then one's usually stuck on the back of the line, which is fine. The kit does come with new ones. Do not reuse the old ones. They only get crushed once, and then after that they're no good to seal. Trying to do this one-handed, guys. So one of your copper washers go there, one of them goes on the front, and then make sure that this little tang that's on the front here actually gets clocked correctly, because this will not seal if you don't make sure that it's clocked correctly. Okay, tubers, so I gotta put one bolt in right here, and then she's done, and tighten this up after I get ready to bleed everything. I've already partially pre-bled it. I let it drip bleed here. I took the bleeder valve all the way out, cleaned it out, put it back in, and I got this tightened down. So I got, like I said, I got one more little bit of tightening here because I seen it. She's dripping just a tad, and yeah, and she's all back together, guys. So new tie rod and new brake hose. Well, this is freaking awesome, tubes. So y'all see it just pouring out of there, which is fine. Yeah, so the little fitting that's on the end of there is actually seized to the hose, or to the tube there, whatever you want to call it, the line. And so now I'm going to have to probably replace the line, but at least this one's the easy one because it just goes straight up. This is where it goes to right there. It's got this little bend in it, and then just goes straight down and then underneath. It's not connected to anything. You guys see the pan there. See how it just bends right back right there. Y'all see it or not. So yeah, probably gonna have to replace this, which sucks, but that's the way she works. Okay, so this thing here is seized on there, right? And it's got this weird bends and stuff in here, and the top is not seized on. Well, this is what I come back with. Straight piece of line. So what I gotta do is bend this up. Well, I have had this from previous projects, so if you don't have one of these and you want to try to bend metal lines, you gotta have something like this to bend your lines up. So yeah, so what I got to do is go in and kind of start to get all these lines bent and kind of where they need to go. So that's the next process. Ooh, shiny. So yeah guys, she's not perfect, but yeah, it's set up to where I can put the bolt back in there. This is a little bit weird bending right here, but yeah, I had to get an adapter from whatever the standard size is to the stupid Neon, so that way it would fit in there, and then the hose, the line, whatever, runs right down the firewall here in the frame and goes right in. Doesn't rub anything. She's all nice and tight in there. So yeah guys, yeah, and I didn't show you guys any of the bending process because it's actually kind of a pain in the butt to try to bend it and move it. I goofed it up a couple times there and had to re-unbend it and fix it and whatnot. I mean, this thing here, if you look at the size here, she's about an inch or probably an inch and a half, inch and 3/4 in diameter, so it doesn't make very tight bends in it. So you just got to be careful when you bend it, so that way you don't actually put a kink in the line. You put a kink in it and then it just screws the whole program up. So yeah, but she's basically back together. Just got to go through and bleed the brakes. I'm going to do a partial bleed on it, sitting here, and then have Dylan help me finish doing the bleeding on it. So yeah. Oh, got her back, and she's already been test drove, guys. So yeah, front's fine. This passenger side rear is okay, but I'm going to replace the line on it anyhow. I know the left front and the left rear was dragging on this. So the next one I got to do is this left rear, because this one's dragging also right now. You can definitely feel the difference in the temperature between this side and the other side. So yeah, that concludes our daily scheduled programming here. So until next time guys, thanks for watching. Now I got to clean up my mess. Have a good one, tubes.